Right, let's do this. So, hello there everybody and welcome back for another week of Wargames Tutorial Thursday with your host, your favorite Finn. Oh, headphones almost fell off. This is the unofficial question and answers, FAQ and all that stuff. Unofficial. Show weekly news, looking at the Interstellar Marines development and arranging weekly community wargame. And this week, the news that we got are, well, nothing that special, but
exercise initiated. Wheels up in 15 seconds. Get ready.
We got some information about the what do you call it? The radio towers that are going to be added to the war games, and the way things are going to work. And I'll let the elevator finish the. Oh, I should mention. We have another streamer going on at this time. I think, yep, already dead is his in-game nickname. However, if you want to check him out, head over to GamingGlee_live. Actually, I forgot. Shit. But basically, GamingGlee Live is live streaming and yeah, I'm not actually sure how to pronounce that. Is it the Gaming-L Live? Or is it Gaming-Glee Live? Or is it something else? I don't know. You gotta run that through me. But he's streaming on the YouTube side, so hey, go check that out. But without further ado, to the news. So about the towers, there's gonna be 8 of them. 1 in each zone, and it's gonna be the only location where you can get the suppressors. However, they are not accessible until operation is breached. Now, I asked him about the whole breach. Does that mean when somebody enters the operations or when somebody enters the vault inside the operations? But if I remember correctly, the operations is breached when somebody enters and it's compromised. The vault is compromised when somebody goes in it. We'll find out today. But what we do know is that there are 8 towers, 1 in each zone that is in the hell, that will activate once the ops is breached. And once there are 3 towers that have started alignment or are aligning to hell, there will be roughly about 5-minute countdown timer that will basically countdown timer for the hell doors to activate. There needs to be a minimum of 3 towers aligning to the hell. And I presume that 4 of them, or 5, more than 3 is not gonna make it faster. You just need to have minimum of them. Who knows? Maybe I didn't actually ask that. And yeah, once hell activates after about the 5-minute period or so, well, when the countdown ends, you get to enter the new zone, which I still refuse to say out loud. If you want to know, head over to Trello. You can also see a picture of one of the towers erected in the jungle. They have posted some screenshots of that. Okay, so when operations is breached, somebody enters it. Got it. So we can get silencers as soon as somebody is brave enough to enter the ops without one. Hello there, godly jazz master. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, that's more or less the... Man, they are speedrunning. Must be a team. But moving on. There has been also some news that the tactical reload is in, finally. Or rather, it's been fixed. It had a lot of bugs from what I checked on the trailer. I think it had like 29 tasks and 28 of them are done. The last one is just a minor bug about the ammo counter being red color. But I don't think that's gonna stop it from being implemented. So we are probably getting the tactical reload with the update 27 from what it seems. Well then, they are definitely speed running. And yeah, that's pretty much all the news I got. I could have showed you, well, I was shown some quote-unquote concept art of the towers that I chose not to put in because YouTube likes to be a thingamajigger. So that's pretty much the end of the news section. But to answer Jazzmaster's question about the update coming at the end of the December, it should not. In fact, I think while the update is more or less delayed, I think it's like it could come out anytime. As a matter of fact, with all these news. With all these news, it goes like, oh, here are the news, and then boom, next day later they do something new that is like, thanks for telling me. But I don't think the update is gonna come out tomorrow, but it might come out soon. Oh, hello. Joey Boy just died. Whoops. Oh. That was unintended. Oh yeah, something to mention about the task section is that it is only stuff that is being worked on. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are gonna be in the update. Actually, that is a good point you decided to mention that. Hello. It appears whoever... Let's see, Powermonger is not alone. It sounds like his friend is at the top. Oh, I saw that man. That cheeky bastard. Can I reach that without exposing myself too much? Yep. Oh, god damn it. Of course it was Joe. I was trying to do exactly the same. But yeah, the Trello, it should be noted that if something is in the tasks or in progress, it simply means they are in progress. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna be on the next update. So until it's completed, don't expect it to be in. But the satellites will be in. That's basically what seems to be the biggest thing holding the update back. Getting all the satellites in and making sure that they work. So far we've seen the pictures of the jungle one, so I don't know if the others been added just yet. So at the worst case scenario, we are talking about 1 out of 8, and maybe they are testing the functionality of that single one before they... No, wait, they can't do that because they need 3 of them minimum. The pistol, however, is still in a modeling phase from what we can tell, so it's safe to assume that it won't be making... It's definitely not making in. Yeah, the pistol was never intended to be in the update 27, I think. From what I hear is that the animators are still more or less out. Animators are still getting help from Ronnie to get all the stuff in, so models for now. Realistically speaking, I'd expect the pistol to be showing at up to 820. I mean, up to 830. I was gonna say 29, but I think it's safer to say maybe something like 30. But it's definitely there, like they want to get it in. But depending how big and the updates are gonna be, and how they are gonna do it, then yeah. So hard to say when the pistol is gonna be in, because they want to push small updates in a frequent pace rather than these quote-unquote enormous updates in long yeah. Anyway, I am not a developer, I am simply a member of a community who's been around on off for about 8 or so years since the good old website days. Can I? Ooh, I can get that. Nice. I thought that was a player. Don't you fucking dare. However, I keep, how do I know so much? Well, you know, I've been, when you are around the community for as long as I am, you get to know this information a lot. Hello. Whoop. But I also, since I started doing this, well, not too long ago, I started harassing Kim about like, all right, so what are we gonna get? Tell us some news. What do you want to share with the community? And you know, they just started telling me shit. So I figured, you know what? I'll just make weekly fucking news, cause, you know, if I can basically tell them, hey, you got anything to tell? Nope, that's bleed out. So yeah, I know about the news because like basically I knew the stuff that the volunteers and Kim and Spectre are doing because I basically just ask them, what are you guys doing? And I do that before the show every week, like, alright, got any news that I can share the community, dirty secrets, anything like that? And stuff they're willing to share. And I'll just basically just whatever they happen to tell, I'll just pick all the juicy bits that I feel like are worth telling. There are some very juicy information that I know about, but I don't tell them all out because there are some things that I don't want to spoil, and there are some things that it's not time yet to talk about that stuff. I'll leave that up to your guys' imaginations. What is the information I know? But that's basically it. So I'm rather selective about the information. For example, I did mention a couple weeks back about the new gun that isn't a pistol. So basically there is a 4th gun. But I know what it is. Or rather, what kind of gun it is. But, you know, I'll keep it in the secrets for now. What I do know is that I think that gun is also in a modeling phase right now. All I know is that I know there's a gun in works. I have seen some early stuff about it. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I know. I don't know the current progress of it. That's what they've been keeping hush hush. But just to give you an idea, like, I know about there's gonna be a new gun. I know what it is, but I choose to keep that information, like, partially give you guys the information. That's basically what I do with the information I get. And I'm not restricted by NDA, so non-disclosure agreement. There's none of that for me, unlike with all the volunteers and all that. Where is everybody anyway? There's some Luna stuff. Because I wasn't listening to the announcement. Or rather, I was... yeah, I was listening to the announcement, but I instantly forgot about it, so... fuck it. And some of the information is basically...
Alert. Lunar. Drop crate. ETA 60 seconds.
Ah, Luna. Some of the information is like, yeah, cool, even if I told that, it probably would be a big thing. In a way, well, okay. Not really, but basically it's like, well, cool. And then it's like, 6 months later and that thing that I mentioned isn't anywhere. And it's like, well, reliable information you got there. I'm like, yeah, well, yeah, it works, but, you know, that's the thing. That's why I don't say the stuff. Like, some of the stuff I'm not telling because it's not worth telling, like, 6 months prior that, hey, something that might show up in 2 years, maybe. For all we know. It's pointless me to mention that it's being worked on. That it might not show up for a very long time. Just to give an example.
Attention. Supply drop en route to mountains. ETA 5 minutes.
Let's see. Do I think the game will be finished? Maybe. It is a giant maybe. I don't say yes or no. I thought I heard someone sprinting. Because I don't want to give people a wrong idea. I want them to do their own own research. But what we can pretty much we know by now is that Kim isn't stopping working until he's in the grave, basically. So, in all due, basically, how would I put it? Simple. It is matter of time, essentially. So, either when Grave finally...
Sync system disabled.
So, either Kim goes... Basically, the game goes to Grave with Kim. It's...
Sync system enabled.
essentially a race against time. If that makes any sense. There are currently, at least, well, last time I checked, there were, I think I said 18 volunteers. And if I'm not completely wrong, there might be 20 of them right now. Don't quote me on that for now, because I haven't asked. I think there are a few volunteers who are essentially in progress of joining, if I understood correctly. But yeah. Ow. God damn it. Where? Ow. Ah, damn it, Hicks. Well, depends. Right, probably. But related to land sharks, however, as much as they would want to do it, it's like one of those things that, like Kim would love to do everything, but there simply isn't resources. It's not time to do those things just yet. Like they just have to take it slow and do small things right now until they are ready for big. The land sharks being a good example is that they, like, when you introduce a land shark, you don't want it to be a static. Actually, I'd like to compare it to. Wow, that's a lot of dead people. I like to compare it to, if anyone has been watching Markiplier play Subnautica, and whenever he showed the new models, and basically he showed the new enemies that would show up on the game, the new big creatures, like before they were added, the Leviathans. I can't remember the name, but basically those. And they were just static, mostly static things just floating about. And, you know, they did damage if they were... Hello? Is that a player? It is a dead one. Oh.
Alert. Mountains. Drop crate. ETA 60 seconds.
What? Ah, I guess there was someone behind me on the corner. Damn it. But yeah. Kim wants to, when the shark finally gets in, he wants it to be properly functional, like do the things that he wants it to do, rather than the static spinning around whatchamacallit, the Leviathan from Subnautica that might do some damage when it gets nearby, but it has no animation to do so. Maybe the jaw moves, and that's about it. You know, that would, people would fucking like it. A lot of people say it's like, yeah, you should add that. You know, why not? But in reality, it's like, people are gonna just, it's like, oh, this is broken, that's shit. Why would you do something like that? Yeah, this game is a scam, quit, blah blah blah. Basically, that kind of shit. So he wants to do it the right, oh, well, majority the right the first time, basically. However, it got sidetracked by the fucking whole, this story. So, about the AI, what we do know is that the, let's see, Luna. Ow.
System disabled.
Ah. The fucking Rico man shows up out of nowhere. Yeah, the CTRs are getting up, like they are working on updating the AI for the CTRs, which is one step. It is a step. How would I put it into words? It is a step of the direction of the land shark. So that you can get that smarter AI that actually... now the game taps out. Really? God damn it, man. Basically, getting the AI smarter and slowly improving on that. And I would imagine that before... The shark is probably gonna be... God damn it, the game tapped out again. The shark is gonna be... well, out of the 3 enemies that we know... That actually got me wondering. So, we pretty much know that there are the CTRs, there are the Titan Walkers, and there are the Sharks. However, I was just thinking, but I wonder if, like, here's the thing. Out of those 3, well, we have CTRs now that are gonna get improved. The next step is probably going to be the, what do you call it? The Titan Walker. However, with the CTR AI improved, could we potentially see organic enemies, like make marine bots, basically. The Interstellar Marine bots have, instead of having the CTR mercenaries, maybe have another AI Interstellar Marine team. I'm basically throwing out ideas that I'm coming out of my ass. But basically, I would imagine once the CTR is at some specific level where it shares enough intelligence, they probably gonna be the Titan Walker being the next AI. And when that has been improved enough, then they are gonna work on the Land Shark. Well, at least that's the way I see it. There was beeping. No.
Alert. Resort. Drop crate. ETA 60 seconds.
Oh. That is Team Hicks. And they should have a third member still. Who is right there. I think that is him. Yeah, seems like it. There. I mean, it's not like they don't want to add the workshop. The thing is that they don't have what it takes to create. Like, they are not at the stage where they could make workshop happen. It's basically involves, like, they would. The way the game is built, basically, is a problem for that. Essentially, workshop more or less requires modding tools, and modding tools require you to basically either create them or give access to the files that the basically give anyone the access to the files of the game, and that would mean quite a lot of things. Oh, somebody took it and made a run for it. Wicked just died over there. So we're gonna follow. There are gunfire all around me. Joey showed up. Somebody got a Somebody is following me. Hex, you sneaky devil. Oh shit! Ah, Hex. There was no sound whatsoever. Well, Left 4 Dead is fully finished game. They don't need to worry about, like, it's built differently. Like, there is, how would I explain it? They, sort right there. But once I would imagine once the first contact, when that gets released, that is when we are likely to see the hello?
Alert. Canyon. Drop crate. ETA 60 seconds.
So first contact is basically, I would say, when we can realistically expect to see a workshop support for this game. Okay, now I need to worry about Hex. It's right there. Ah, damn it. He got me. Well, the controller support is bugged. Like, and a lot of people use controllers, so it's not... It is perhaps useless to you, but, you know, you need to think the other people. Like, the bugs that they are working on with the controller have been plaguing the game for years, and they are actually getting a fix on so that the people who own those controllers or don't, you know. Well, Jazzmaster, unfortunately that is a question of preference, and yeah, I mean, the same question could be asked from you. Why do you play with a keyboard and mouse? Because you prefer it over the controller. It is simple as that. Somebody simply prefers the controller, and there's quite a lot of people actually who want to play with the controller. Mostly it's those people usually play way more. They play casually most of the time. They are competitive players who do play with a controller, and they are really good at it. Up to par with the keyboard and mouse. But most of the time, the people who play with the controller are, majority of them are definitely casual players, so yeah, when your casual experience doesn't work, it makes people mad. Oh really? Any bug? Oh. No, 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 no! Ah, God damn it. Oh. How delightful. Don't mind if I do. Unfortunately, just pistol ammo. Meh. But yeah, mostly, like, I believe the controller and all the other things that you see at the task right now, especially the ones in progress, they are more so focusing on small things that they could do fast and now, basically. Something they could... basically, a majority of the Upgrade 27 stuff is, what can we do fast and get out now with this update? That is one way to die. Did I get an AR? No. It's directly above me. Oh, wow, I missed. No godly jazz, they are simply tasks that the list that you see is not complete. It is simply tasks that are required of the game. That it is basically a list that they can more or less do right now. Oh well. Something to give the task in the whole trailer is the job of it is to basically give the team a scope of things to do, and it's gonna keep expanding as the time goes on. There's gonna be new tasks to do, etc. And yeah. But overall, you can see the players, such as me and you, can essentially see the progress as it happens. And because I was talking, I missed whatever that was. These bags are one level lower. That or they are underground. It appears these bags are from soldiers who have fallen through the map in between the levels. Oh, that was just a bot. Well, Canyon was one, so maybe I can get some scraps out of there. But just to give you an idea about the tasks in Vacuum, as you can see, currently there is no leaning in there. There is no land sharks, there is no guns, there is no campaign, there's no levels in there, so not all the tasks are there that are required for the Interstellar Marines, it being a very story-driven game in the first place. So the tasks that are, you know, basically out of the reach right now do not show up in the trailer either. And some of the things they want to keep a secret, like maybe the land sharks, for instance. They don't want you to know when they are coming in, you know, so they could potentially make them a surprise. Just imagine your average war game and all of a sudden maybe have like a 5% chance of having a shark show up at specific time. Yeah. You just randomly come across a shark you didn't know even was added to the game. And then you go online saying, holy shit, you just met a shark, and people are like, ah, no you didn't. Nobody believes you. Well, Jazz Master, to answer that question, it really comes down to, I could ask, I'm just gonna spin the question around, how do you not get bored of any game? Because, you know, while this one is bare bones, it still does what every other game does. You do the same thing over and over again. I hate Scavenge with a pure passion. Like, this game mode is just, so bad. And the only real downside that like, the current core mechanics that are in the game are solid. Especially when we get the, I hope, I think I actually didn't check whether the new recoil alert system is still bugged or whether it's probably gonna make with the next update. Oh, hello, there's a bag there. But the whole recoil alert, it makes it so good. But yeah, the few mechanics that are in are solid. Like, there is a good foundation here. But keep in mind, I only play this like once a week, and that is when, you know, look at these players. They don't show up every day and stuff like that.
Alert.
So,
Industrial. Drop crate. ETA 60 seconds.
Yeah. As far as I know, recurve. Suddenly, ton of people. Leader of a grill, the rogue Spartan. Ah, right. God damn it, for a second. A long time to no see, but to go back to the question. Yeah. Oh, there's the box. I basically, like, this game is very enjoyable when there's players around. It just, having those players getting here is, you know, difficult part. I mean, it took me what? I didn't do the, like, look at the players you see right now. It is thanks to them that we have these kind of tutorial Thursdays where people actually play. While I may have started the thing, they are the reason why this thing exists, because they join in and play the game. All I am doing is just streaming and talking shit. I told her, like, alright guys, for 2 years I've been just telling the guys, Thursdays at this time, let's do this. And the guys just simply figured out, alright, let's do that shit. Fine. And now we're here. So once a week, every Thursday, players, yay. Well, everything in time, godly chess master. Well, Rogue Spawner, to explain you what is this? This is Interstellar Marines, an early access game that has been in the development for quite some time. I've been following this game for about 8 years now, and it's still in rather bare bones shape, but it's slowly getting there. Eventually. Currently, you are looking at the best I would describe it, Hunger Games game mode, similar to PUBG, only that, well, this one has infinite respawns. So, okay, that's weird. Why is there no one here? I'm gonna get shot, aren't I? Most definitely. There it is. Joe shows up. This particular game mode that we are currently playing on involves 9 maps, or 9 zones as you see, that are all connected to each other. From, you can go, like, for example, north of Luna, which I'm right here, to the south of the jungle. So all these maps are connected. This current game mode, you simply just farm points, basically. And they are the people that you need to worry about. And the game ends, let's see, there's about 12 minutes left. Oh, It's been in the development for far longer than that, Just Master. But yeah, this is just a point farming game mode of these Hunger Games because, while there is the hardcore variant, there are simply not enough players in the community currently to support that game mode. So we're gonna stuck with this terrible, terrible game mode. Hope that answers your question, Rogue Spartan. As for what is Interstellar Marines, it is a realistic RPG co-op shooter, first-person shooter game. Basically, the idea is that you take Rainbow Six Raven Shield, Half-Life, System Shock 2, and slap those together and add a co-op, and add some Landshark and add some walkers. Not really dreadnoughts, but yeah, close enough. Titan walkers, they are called in this game. But yeah, there you have it, Spartan. This idea of it. Currently, there is not much of that co-op / single player content. And the simple answer to that is that, well, since this game is pretty much the way they are doing it is that it is co-op. It's ground up designed to be co-op, play to be with your friends. So they are kind of cutting corners in a way that they are making a multiplayer game and then adding a co-op into that, because all the features that you have on the multiplayer are gonna be in the co-op. So yeah. Not to mention that the players that currently have the game are way more active in the multiplayer scene than what they would be on a co-op. So you have basic math, you have a bigger desk group, and so you put the features to that group first. And then, in the grand scheme of things, they will, in due all technicality, have... Okay, jungle. They will have all the assets they need to dish out fully functional co-op missions rather than be limited to the small selections of feature they have currently at the time. Like, for instance, the current co-op missions are pretty much they don't have anything in them because the key features are not there. So that's another reason why I believe they are not really dishing out any co-op content, because, well, let's ask a player. Would you rather play fully realized co-op mission that has basically a large set of features and things to do, like various, like, let's say the hacking, for instance? Or would you play a mission that is limited, doesn't have the features, basically just should bots get to that point, get to the checkpoint, yada yada yada? I think the answer for that is pretty clear. I'd much rather have a fully thought out, fully featured co-op mission with all the good stuff. And in a grand scheme of, in theory, the way they do it right now is, in the long run, it will mean that once the co-op content is coming out, it's gonna come out in much faster pace. Now let's see. Are there any fighting going on here, or has everybody been... Well, I think Hicks and the fellows might be hiding for the rest of the game, since they have all those points. Found Hex. Now the question is, where are his comrades? They're probably over there, but they have so many points. Rogue, it's 50-60 with the bots. Sometimes they will snipe you across the map, killing you instantly. Well, not really anymore so much of that, but it is... sometimes they are such a bitch, while the other times they are... Hello. That's Coral. Ow, ow, ow. Ow. And Joe comes in and sweeps me again. Nope. Well, speaking of the bots, I think I just got shot by one. Yep. I didn't... I just spawned and instantly died, so... They do react to various things. Yeah. They be nasty. But yeah, the game is currently in very, very bare bones, but it has the stuff in there. It has quite a bit of annoying bugs, but hey, at least the worst one of those bugs. One of the worst bugs is hopefully fixed. Let's see, eeny, meeny, miny, jungle. Then again, I want to go to subarctic. Oh yeah, this is the 10th map. This is kind of an instance that everyone can access to. But yeah, I'm not gonna go too much into detail explaining because there's only 5 minutes left in the game. And there's gonna be soon another instance added to the game. Essentially, they are mini missions that will contain a lot of points. For high risk, a lot of points. High risk, high reward. Actually, high risk, no reward, potentially. So it is really a gamble when you... Hello? Oh, did not mean to do that. I'm fairly sure Higgs is not the only one around here, but those points ain't gonna pick themselves. Woo, 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 woo. I think this is the bot. Whoa! Let's see, more points over there. Let's see, Joe is dead. But there's a good chance of him. Oh. Bleed Out just died. Was it a bot that killed him? Yes. Oh, hello. So this is the supply drop that the announcements that you've been hearing about. That supply drop was one of them. Sorry that I'm not commenting much right now. It's because I want to collect all these points and I missed a bag there somehow. Or that person was killed by Bleed Out. Fuck, I missed. Bad, very bad, 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 bad. Now, if I was a pussy, I would run away. Wow, that was shit. There is another player somewhere right next to me. I want to go kill the one who's inside, because he's probably got a lot of points. Hello, Power Monger just died. What? Recurve? What the hell? Oh shit, Joe just shot him. Oh my god, that last bullet! I can't pick up the bag. Fuck it. I heard him. God damn it. About the lights, the environment changes at the specific amount of time. When
Alert.
oh god.
Drop crate. ETA 60 seconds.
Well, the game ends in about 30 seconds, but at the specific times, the game will. Oh, hello. Oh, so he was directly above me.
Congratulations, candidate. Combat points are saved to your record.
At the specific sets of times, the thing will change. The environment change, the type of day and the weather and all that. However, that is the end for this week's of Wargames Tutorial Thursday. I hope you guys enjoyed. Same time next week. Hope to see you all then. I'm gonna be lurking still on the chat, on the stream, but the stream will close for now. So, until next time, guys, see ya.